What's up, fans? Jacob here, Miami Dolphins Syndicate. It's been a lot of Donovan over the last week, but here I am back on the channel, and I want to break down a little bit more, get more into Vic Vangio, the signing, the defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins. Now, there was a tweet last night, I believe it was by Pro Football Focus. It might have been somebody else. I should have brought that up beforehand. They said it's not actually official yet. I'm not sure how true that is. Everywhere I've seen has said it's true. So I'm going to go on the assumption that it is true that he is officially signed pen to paper as Miami Dolphins defensive coordinator, is the highest paid defensive coordinator in the league. And quite frankly, I do not care. Sign the man, give the man whatever he wants, because if we can get this defense on track and how the offense look this year, it's going to be scary next year. So let's take a deeper look to what Vic Vangio has done and what he potentially could bring to the Miami Dolphins. So his most recent coaching stint, obviously head coach of the Denver Broncos, a very tough division. He saw 3 years there, starting in 2019, took the team to a 7-9 record, then a 5-11 record, and then a 7-10 record in 2021. So I believe a lot of the failures was just based off the fact a older defensive-minded head coach is not the way to go in the NFL currently. If I'm hiring a head coach, I want to do exactly as the Miami Dolphins have done here. Go out and pursue a young offensive-minded head coach who has had experience in other successful offenses, and he's gotten to learn the tricks of the trade, work his way up to a head coach, and he can be our head coach for God knows how long, and then bring in an established defensive mind to bring the defense to where the offense is going to be. And hopefully that's a match made in heaven. And Mike McDaniel has really done a good job at just going out and pursuing the best talent available for all position groups. And I think that's what he's done here with Vic Vangio. But Vic Vangio as a head coach, rather, it's not quite there. He was not able to coach up the offense. The defense was always strong in Denver, as it continued to be this year. That was never a problem with the Denver Broncos. His side of the ball was covered, and that's something that I look at when I evaluate head coaches. Yes, you can have success. Yes, you can fail. But what was your side of the ball like? If you're a defensive-minded head coach, are you 20th against the run? Are you 25th against the pass? Why? Do you not have the personnel? Are you not calling plays correctly? Case in point, Nathaniel Hackett over the Denver Broncos this year, same team. 32nd offense in the league. Why? Helps you judge a head coach as to whether they are doing their job. If they can at the very least get their side of the ball correct, then I believe there's something to work with there. So Vic Vangio, he did have success with the defensive side of the ball. Did not produce a single winning season over there. But then you look at his time with the Chicago Bears, and his best year with the Chicago Bears was his final year that got him his head coaching job. That was the 2018 season for the Chicago Bears when they won 12 games, made the playoffs, double doink. We all remember it. They allowed just over 17 points per game, which is an incredible stat. That's really what got the Bears to the playoffs. He took Mitch Trubisky to the playoffs. They had one of the best points per game allowed in the entire league that year. And he ran mostly was a 4-3 defense. The Dolphins have primarily been running a 3-4 defense, and I think that switch to 4-3 would really benefit the Miami Dolphins. We do not. One of our weaknesses is certainly our middle linebacker crew. You look at Jerome Baker. You look at I'm drawing a blank here. Duke Riley. You look at what's his name? 50, Landon Roberts. Jeez, how long? Why did it take me so long to think? And then we draft Tyndall last year. But our ability to defend over the middle of the field was horrific this year. None of those guys can play pass coverage particularly well at all. But playing a 3-4, most of your guys out there are middle linebacker-esque. So now switching to a 4-3, I think that really benefits the Miami Dolphins when you look at the strength we have on the defensive line. Wilkins, Zeeler, Van Ginkel, Jalen Phillips, who's coming off of his best season in his 2 years here with the Dolphins. Bradley Chubb, who had a lot of success under Vic Vangio. You still have Ogba. We'll see how long he sticks around. We'll see what happens there. But you have a plethora of guys on the defensive line. And I think it's a brilliant idea to switch back to a 4-3 so you can get the best out of the guys you have available. I just spoke about Bradley Chubb, something I forgot to do before coming into this, but looking at Bradley Chubb's numbers when he was with the Broncos, when he was with Vic Fangio, you look at 2019, he had only 1 sack. It wasn't that effective. But then 2020, his best year as a pro, 7.5 sacks under Vic Vangio. If there's anybody who's going to get the most out of Vic Vangio, I'm praying it's this guy or get the best out of Bradley Chubb. I'm hoping it's Vic Vangio because Bradley Chubb came over and only had 2.5 sacks. He wasn't as effective as we wanted him to be, especially giving up a first-round pick, giving him a $20+ million contract. We have not seen the best of Bradley Chubb. We have not seen what he can be. He can be a premier pass rusher in this league, and he was with Vic Vangio. He was one of the best young pass rushers in the league under Vic Vangio, and now I'm hoping to see that same success replicated. Now, certainly we need to fix up the secondary. Secondary decimated by injuries this year, and it was excusable to an extent, of course, because you have Keon Crossan out there, and we're going to talk about Keon Crossan later this week about whether he should be brought back to the team. If we really think about it, if we really want to be objective, he wasn't supposed to ever be in that position. He was supposed to be a special teamer and a special teamer only. Now, that doesn't change the fact that he sucked. It was horrible. But you have him out there. You have Kader Kahu, who had one of the best rookie seasons across the NFL. Certainly the best undrafted free agent rookie this year. He had tremendous success. Xavier Howard actually had one of his worst seasons as a pro and ended up still getting elected to a Pro Bowl. So, hey, I mean, we'll take it. Love to see the Miami Dolphins represent. How Christian Wilkins didn't make the Pro Bowl is beyond me. But then those injuries to Brandon Jones, Byron Jones, Nick Needham, Trill Will really derailed this defense. But we still have the guys. We still have the names. We still have pretty much everybody that we wanted to keep from the Brian Flores era. Assuming they're healthy, they're all going to be out on the field next year. The tandem of Brandon Jones and Javon Holland was really starting to merge well. Javon really a ball hawk safety, where Brandon Jones is blitz boy and he owns it. He's not afraid of the idea that, yeah, he's better blitzing. He's better with a full head of steam running at the guy with the ball, and he's perfectly okay with that. Trill Williams, he was having a fantastic preseason, had a really good mini camp, and he was coming out and he was looking like he was going to be the fourth option, and Noah Igbenogany was really left for scraps as to where he was going to fit on this defense. And even with all the injuries Noah Igbenogany did, but that's a conversation for another day. We're going to have those guys come back. We'll see what happens with Byron Jones. We made a video last week breaking down whether he's going to be the guy or not. But the success Vic Vangio has had, he pretty much is solely responsible for getting that Chicago Bears team to the playoffs in 2018. Matt Nagy, I'm sure we all share the same sentiment about Matt Nagy. Mitch Trubisky, a lethargic offense that Allen Robinson was trying his best to carry on his back. But he was really responsible for getting that team to the playoffs. And in that game against the Eagles, the Super Bowl champion Eagles, if they make that field goal, they go on to win, in large part because he shut that team down. He was really solely responsible for the success that Eagles team has. He goes to Denver, doesn't show the same success. He's great on the defensive side of the ball. His time with the Broncos, they still had one of the best defenses in the league, top 5 defense, pretty much year in, year out. And then they lose Von Miller last year, and yeah, things start to go a little bit downhill. But still, he had one of the best top 5 defenses with the Denver Broncos. He had one of the best defenses with the Bears, and I'm praying that carries over here with the Miami Dolphins. Switching to the 4-3, I think that can really benefit the team. Get as much of your best players out on the field as possible, and hopefully find a way to fix our middle linebacking group. I need some pass coverage skills. Just please. Yes, I think Jerome Baker led the team in tackles this year. Congratulations, you're close enough to the guy who caught the ball. He still caught the ball in the first place. But let me know what you think. What do you think of the Vic Vangio hire for Miami Dolphins as defensive coordinator? He's had success around the league, and now his time is down here with the Miami Dolphins. Let me know down below what you think. Please like, subscribe. Have a great rest of your day. Take care, everybody.